Hello. Welcome to the very first episode of my mini series called Golden Hour. I will be reading some stories, comments, and some questions from you guys. And I will give my feedback, my reactions, how I feel about the whole thing. And I'm just really, really excited to get to know you guys more. So let's get into it. I'm going to pull up the Google form that I have, and I'm going to start reading some of your stories. Here is the first one. Hi, I'm submitting this anonymously because my friends are tired of hearing about it, and honestly, I still don't understand what happened. Last summer, I started seeing this guy I met through mutual friends. At first, it felt like one of those stories where everything just clicks. We would talk every day, sometimes for hours. He was the one planning dates, introducing me to his friends, talking about things we should do months in the future. It honestly felt like it was going somewhere. For about 3 months, we were seeing each other constantly, sleepovers, meeting each other's friend groups, all of it. One night, we even had this long conversation about how neither of us were really dating anyone else and how it felt to just focus on each other. Then, literally the next week, he just disappeared. At first, I thought maybe something happened. My messages went from normal replies to being left undelivered for hours, then days. I tried not to panic, but eventually I texted asking if everything was okay. He responded with, "Yeah, just busy with work." But after that, he never texted me again. The confusing part is he still watches every single one of my Instagram stories, sometimes within minutes of me posting them, but he hasn't said a single word to me in over 2 months. Part of me wants to send one last message asking what actually happened because the switch up was so sudden. But another part of me feels like if he cared enough, he would have already explained. I guess my question is, do I reach out for closure or is the ghosting itself the closure? Ooh, girl, I've been there. And I, for one, hold on to a lot. I'm a bit of a grudge holder, and I also always look for closure. The issue is, closure is for you, it's not for the other person, so it should not have to involve the other person. He showed you exactly what he wanted to show you. I think take the ghosting itself as closure. I'm not saying that's an easy thing to do. It took me like a year to go get over a guy who did not give me closure. So I feel for you, and I hope you find someone that treats you how you should. And if they don't want to be in a relationship with you, vocalizes that. Ghosting is so difficult. I'm so sorry you're experiencing that. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that vulnerable story with me. I would love to know if there's any update going forward or if you have any more questions. Okay, here is another story sent in by one of you guys. Hi, I have a friendship situation that I can't stop replaying in my head, and I genuinely don't know if I'm overreacting or if this is actually as messed up as it feels. Girl, same, but let's continue with your story. I've had the same best friend since high school. We're both 26 now, so she's been in my life for over 10 years. We've gone through everything together, breakups, family stuff, moving cities, all of it. She's the person I always assumed would be standing next to me at my wedding someday. About 6 months ago, I went through a really bad breakup, like the kind where you're crying on the phone to your friends at 2 a.m. and they're helping you pick up the pieces. My best friend was there for all of it. She was the one telling me I deserved better and that I needed to cut him out of my life completely. Fast forward a few months and I start noticing she's acting a little weird. She's being vague about plans. No, oh no, sorry. Not answering texts the same way. And sometimes when I'd bring up my ex, she'd get really quiet. No, I think I know where this is going. Okay. Then one night, another friend casually mentions that my best friend and my ex have been hanging out. At first, I thought she meant in a group setting, but eventually it came out that they have been seeing each other privately for weeks and she never told me. Girl, I need a pause. What the fuck? How is she? Okay. I'm going to read the rest of this and then I'm going to react fully. Because I'm upset for you. When I confronted her, she said she didn't tell me because she knew I'd be upset and she didn't want to hurt me until she knew it was serious. Now I feel like I lost two people at once. The part I can't stop thinking about is that she sat with me through the entire breakup knowing she was starting to get close to him, and I feel stupid for not noticing sooner. Am I wrong for feeling that she crossed a line? Or do friendships just change like this sometimes? I'm triggered. I'm so angry for you. Because what do you mean you didn't want to tell me until you knew if it was serious? Why are you hanging out with my ex? Period, point blank, ever. Like, huh? You are not wrong for feeling this way. She did cross a line. Friendships don't change like this sometimes. They don't. There is a loyalty there. She was there holding you as you were going through this breakup, and then she turned around and still chose to hang out with him, and that they've been seeing each other privately for weeks. She didn't mention it to you, knowing that it could hurt you. Got it. Yeah, no, I'm so sorry you feel like you've lost two people at once. In some ways you did. But also, if you're the fact that you guys have been best friends for 10 years, she's not being a good friend right now. And it's up to you to decide how you want to move forward with her in your life or not. Let me know what you decide. Because holy crap, I'm so sorry. Oof. Okay. Here's a third story that has been sent to me. Hi, I'm sending this anonymously because I'm honestly embarrassed about how much this situation still bothers me. I had the same close friend group for about 5 years. There were 5 of us, and we did everything together: birthdays, trips, random weekend dinners, all of it. I always thought we were the kind of friend group that would last forever. But over the last year, something started to shift, and I can't even pinpoint when it began. At first, it was little things, plans being made in a group chat I wasn't in, someone mentioning a dinner or a weekend trip that I hadn't heard about. When I asked about it, they said things like, "Oh, it was last minute," or "We didn't think you'd want to come." Then it got weirder. They started hanging out one on one without me a lot. Inside jokes started popping up, and I clearly wasn't part of it anymore. I text in a group chat, and sometimes it would just go silent. The moment that really hit me was when one of them posted a picture of all of them at brunch together, like the entire group, and I had no idea it was happening. I confronted one of the girls I was closest to and asked if something was wrong. She told me nothing was wrong, but also said that sometimes I can be a lot and that people feel like they have to walk on eggshells around me. That honestly shocked me because I had no idea anyone felt that way. Now I'm stuck in a weird place where I don't know if they intentionally pushed me out or if my behavior slowly made people distance themselves from me and I just didn't see it. I feel hurt, but I also keep wondering if I'm the reason this happened. Is it worth trying to fix friendships that feel like they're already fading? Or is that a sign that it's time to let people go? Ooh, that one hurts my feelings a little bit. I actually have an episode planned out for this month. I believe it's coming out like the third week of March about outgrowing friendships. So I will touch more on that later. But I am so sorry this is happening to you. It's not okay. And I unfortunately have gone through that. I had a friend group who had a group chat without me. I had a friend group that they sat me down and gave me an intervention about my behavior when I was going through a lot, pretty much telling me that I'm a bad friend. And so they also felt like they couldn't talk around me. My heart breaks for you because unfortunately this happens. And I think you really need to evaluate each of your friendships with each of the people in your group and decide, like, is it worth fixing my individual friendships with them? And then I think that will give you an answer of whether or not it's a sign to let that friend group go or not. Sometimes it is important to let people go so that you have room for new people to come in and to give yourself that kindness that you were not getting from other people. That one is so hard. That is so difficult. I'm kind of speechless because like I said, this is really relatable and sometimes it is worth fixing the friendships for. Sometimes. Sometimes it's not. I would say continue putting in the same amount of effort and work that you have been, but don't bend over backwards for them and really assess where your relationship is and go from there, if that makes sense. Okay. So those are three of the stories that I got in this Google form. I have many more, and I can't wait to read more on Tuesday. If you are interested in also submitting this form, I have it in the show notes below, and I'm really excited to hear kind of more stories and I don't know, I feel like I'm getting to know you guys a lot more. So thank you so much for contributing and thank you for sharing and being vulnerable and telling such serious and crazy stories. I hope it all works out for you. I will see you guys on Friday for our weekly episodes. This next one is about how growth can be so lonely and isolating. I can't wait for you guys to hear this upcoming episode. Take what you need, leave what you don't. I'll see you guys Friday. Thank you so much for sharing, and I can't wait to talk more on your guys' stories next Tuesday. Have a beautiful day. I love y'all. And until next time, keep showing up for yourself.